Hey there, guys. So I'm going to talk about manifesting a job right now. This can be also a business if you want to. This is something that's taught to be my one of my teachers who had taught me Reiki, and I thought it's phenomenal. Hazel, I'm probably going to have her on the YouTubes here, and I thought it was such a genius thing. One of the biggest keys is get rid of the title. That by all means you could if you wanted. But I found it to be phenomenal if you didn't. That you could put, this is how much money I want to make, and I'll be very specific about this. Put an amount that you feel would be fairly reasonable or no resistance around, okay? So, depending where you're at, average, I think median income in Canada here, what, 50 plus, whatever. We'll say, let's say you aim for median income. Not that you're going to want that, but you're like, oh, that will be easy enough, okay? Depending on where your beliefs are at or your standards are at, then try writing right beside this or something greater. That way you've completely released all resistance. The universe is going to be able to step that up and be able to bring you way more. You might get 80, you might get 100, whatever, but it's probably going to be way more. From there, what time do you want to start? How many hours do you want to work a week? How many days off do you want? Do you want benefits? How do you want to feel? How do you want to feel going to work? When you're at work, do you want to have more fun? Do you want to be anywhere I work? I'm well respected and well compensated. 2 days off, probably gonna have you want maybe 2 days off in a row. Flexible for maybe vacation, whatever your thing is. Write up a dream list if you want. But I talked about that in another video. I've done it. My sister has done it. I know a bunch of people that have done it. Don't create it. Don't look at what's out there. Create your opportunity, and it could be something doesn't even exist yet. So I mean, the base one though around the wage. Try doing what I suggested there, writing this or something greater. I experimented with this or something better, but I found this or something greater. When opportunities showed up, they could be whopping. And especially if you use, say, 50 as your benchmark, next thing you know, it's like, boom, 80 showing up or whatever showing up for you. So anyways, learning this sort of stuff and learning about specifics. So when I said opportunities show up there, I did this before, and I had one job showed up for 60, but I realized it was not in alignment with the way it was whatsoever, and another one had showed up for 80, but it was all seemed pretty amazing, but it was all commission, which was horrifying to me. So I went, no, that's not what I want. So through polarity, that taught me, wow, you can create that. Okay, you liked all these things about it, but you really did not like the pay structure. So if I was interested in that same industry, same area, I could literally just go and tweak that and say, this is what it is per year. And this is what I would really suggest. My buddy and I talked about this. Try to ditch the hourly rate and look at yearly. There's like a different energy of that. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's more abundant. You are looking at, very easy if a job is saying, this is $20 an hour, this is 30, this is 40, this is whatever. But who knows how many hours you're working a week, if there's overtime involved, maybe there's not. Who knows what else is going on. If you literally step out of the way and realize the amount of possibilities out there, if you say you want $100,000 a year, I've met people who made, I think one guy ended up becoming a personal trainer in China, and he said he worked 6 months of the year, and he got to make, I think he made 60,000 or 70,000 a year, but he only had to work half the year. I don't know how that was split, but half the year. So, what is important to you? Excuse me, like the dollar figure is one thing to think of, but I mean, I had a guy that I was buddies with before, and he became a doctor, okay? And you could see on his face really quickly he had signed up for 100-hour work weeks. So it was great. He got the house and the Porsche, and he got all this sort of stuff, and I'm kind of like, it's awesome, man, but he was really in it. And if that was what he enjoyed and that was what he went for, by all means, but it is very possible that you could achieve that same level of income in other ways without doing 10 years of school, without throwing that in there without doing 100-hour work weeks and all these sort of things. Um, yeah, get clear about why you want it. Why you want it, and write it out how you want to feel. How you want to feel. A good one, no, a really good one always still in there. I have amazing boss and coworkers. I love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. There's standards. Ask for what you want and what you think you can get. And I'll tell you right now, like I had done that before. I love my boss. I love my coworkers. Passionate what I do. This is what happens. It depends on where you're at with the manifesting. How long have you been doing it? I've been reading a book right now, and it was by I forgot her name. You're gonna laugh anyway. Oh man, I feel ridiculous to say. It says, what does it say? Oh, Rick. No, I'm never gonna say it on camera. In the book, I'll just say, she has some very interesting money beliefs and thoughts about money, and her stories about money. And I will probably talk about that bunch on the channel. Quite literally, this person's making 6 figures a month doing coaching. Did she get to that overnight? No. She probably started with, and she talked about this, how she remembers when going, oh my God, 3,000 a month. Oh, okay, I'm doing 3,000 a month. Okay, 4,000. Oh my God, I just reached 5,000 a month. This is huge. And it's something I learned from my coach. Like, you can do levels. By all means, there is people. It depends on where you're at, what your level of resistance is. There's lots of things to kind of finagle there. That, let's put it this way: if the most you've ever made is $50,000 and you wrote down, I want $250,000 a year, there might be a whole lot in you that gets shook up and jarred, as opposed to, I want 50 this or something greater, and then 80 shows up, and then maybe you get that, and you go from that, and you leap, and you leap, and you leap. Excuse me. And you do it in levels, kind of just for, and see how you do from there. By all means, you could do different. Like, there is some people who, there was a guy that does high level coaching, and he would get clients of his that were coaches to literally double or triple their rates. Some people even did even higher on the spot, and it scared the crap out of them. And it kind of went, oh, but because it would be jarring their internal stories, all the stuff about themselves, their worth, all this sort of stuff. So all I'm saying is, if you've never done this, try experimenting with, try 50,000. Maybe try around 50, try 50, but put this or something greater. And don't worry about the industry you're in. You teach yoga, there's no reason you can't be making 50,000 a year. And to give you some idea, I saw a job here in Canada that popped up at one point that was it was like 52,000 4-year contract teaching yoga, tai chi, and I think breath work or something. I kind of went, whoa, they're teaching that. There is personal trainers that are millionaires. There could be yoga instructors that are millionaires that build an empire. There could be painters. There could be artists. Whatever your thing is, keep in mind that you could be the top of your industry. So if we're just talking about creating a job, career, maybe this could be a dream job. Start with this as like a rough idea, but don't worry about asking. Oh, am I asking too much? No, it's infinite. It's absolutely infinite. But you will have to be patient and realize it might look different than you thought, especially if you're not putting a job title. Not putting a job title is really interesting because you leave it so open, and you have to really keep your eyes and ears open to the guidance that comes to you as you get still and you do your meditation and yoga and all this sort of stuff. And I mean, you'll wind up with the job, but you might go, wow, that's so different. I never would have thought. But then you're looking at your day to day and you're like, I got everything I asked for. I never would have thought. And it's really interesting because it will break you away from, if you do this, of maybe what the title is. Fiddle with this job creation. That's literally what it is, because you can create, because you are a powerful creator. So, give this a go. Comments, questions down below. Let me know what you think.